Hi, thanks for watching the administrative tutorial on how to use lists in Outvote. So I've logged in as an administrator for one of the campaigns that I manage, and I've clicked onto the list tab here on the left-hand column. The list tab is mostly a way for folks to manage their volunteers they have on Outvote through the user lists section, and also for folks to upload lists of voters or community members that they're hoping to get in touch with through peer-to-peer texting. So contact lists are pretty much primarily for peer-to-peer texting, whereas user lists are a way for you to engage with the volunteers or the users of the Outvote app. So to begin, what I usually advise folks to do is to figure out what type of user list would be most effective for your organizing right now. All of the people who are on the team tab are automatically in this user list section here. So if I click into the all users, I can see all of the people who are part of the campaign. I can also send them information, send them a push notification or an email similar to the team tab. And additionally, I can actually find out some more information about the people who are volunteers on Outvote for my campaign. So I can see how many of them have synced their contacts, how many friends they have cumulatively, and of those friends, how many of them have actually matched to the voter file. Additionally, if I click down into this filters tab, there's a ton more information. We will go into this in more detail on another tutorial for now. So if I go back to the user list area here, I can see that I have all users just by default. Folks are added into that. But I can also create additional lists of subsets of my users. So I might create a list that's staff and strong volunteers so that if there's an action that I only want specific staff to be able to take part in, I can assign an action to them. So I'll go ahead and show you how that works here. So I'll just upload a random CSV list here. It'll show up as staff and strong volunteers if I click start import. I'm actually not going to invite those folks for now, but if I had clicked create, it would show up here just the same way that my test user list shows up here. So back to the contact list section for now. Once I have a list of my volunteers and the people who I'm inviting to join Outvote, I can actually start to create the lists of voters or community members that I want to get in touch with. So the first thing I might do is import a new contact list. This works the same way as the previous user list example. You want to make sure the columns in the CSV that you're uploading are first name, last name, and phone number, and importantly, also a column for the van ID. I would pull in a CSV here and click Start Import. I'll go ahead and show you one of the other examples that's already uploaded. For example, the Nevada First 1K information here. These are actual voters that somebody has tried to get in touch with. You can see all of their information. If it were expanded out, you can see which of your volunteers are in charge of reaching out to them and the last time they were messaged. Ideally, you also would have their van ID information here. If I wanted to, I could also filter some additional information that I won't go into detail on now. If you need to export these contacts once more just to re-upload it to Van or dive in a little deeper, you can export at the bottom. Additionally, on the contacts list page, you can also filter. So you might want to filter by, which of these people have previously received a message from a friend, which of these people has not unsubscribed, which of these people needs attention. The needs attention tab will allow for any voter who has been texted with, who has replied, but who hasn't received a response back to show up here. So if I filter by needs attention, I've applied the filter. Looks like nobody on my list here needs attention right now, which is great. Sometimes when you do that, there's folks who do need attention. And what you can do is you can assign those contacts to, for example, your staff list or a staff and strong volunteer list, a test user list, for example. So that's the basics of the contact lists and user lists. Encourage you to play around with this, create a test user list that's just yourself and create a test contact list that's just yourself and text yourself and see what happens. Also, you can delete any of the lists at any time if you no longer need them to be on the platform. And you can also see a bit more information about the number of contacts in the list and the source that you uploaded it from as well. Thanks for watching the list tutorial on Outvote Admin.